Hey guys and girls, welcome back to another beautiful video on this beautiful channel on this beautiful day. How you guys and girls doing? Hope you're doing great as always. Please check out the description box for all the nice links. Also drop a like, subscribe if you like the content. I was testing some stuff from the last video with this to and from, and I was right in the last video. The negative unsigned is not possible, so checking it for negative is just dumb. I don't know why you watch my videos. I don't know why you're listening to me, but this wasn't correct. So there's a few things we could do. We could just change this whole thing to an integer in tilemap, or we could static cast it here, but I think I'm just going to change it. But let me just show you what the hell's going on before I do so. So it will never be a negative. So once a unsigned value becomes or tries to get a negative value, it will just go to the positive value, just as large as it can be, right? So let me just show you. It's lagging a little because what do you call it? I'm printing out and I'm doing system CLS, and that takes a lot of power. But if you look here, the top one is going to be X. So here it's working fine between 2 and 5, 3 and 6. But as soon as I reach the end where it should be 0, it becomes 9 because it's the maximum value it can be, right? And that's not good. It shouldn't be. Let me remove system CLS. That bugs the whole thing out. It should be an integer because then we can check it for negative and then set it to whatever we want. So just change all of those to integers, and then we're gonna run this. And signed, unsigned, mismatch, yeah, but it's okay. We'll figure that out. And then we just run a new game, and you'll see now it's working. So 0, it should be 0, 0, 1, and then we're going all the way down with the character. We're checking tiles between 7 and 9. To visualize this, I want to actually render it with these things. So let me just copy all of this. All right, I'm just copy all of this, and I'm gonna put it into render. So this might be a pain in the butt, but we're just gonna do it for now, just for testing purposes. And then I'm going to copy that and put it in here. And then this, let's say this layer equals 1. So we'll just give it 1. So we'll always render the first layer for now. There you go. And then I'm just going to copy this whole thing and paste it in here. Instead of Z, we'll say this this map at position X, at position Y, at position this layer, render to target, and I'll do the same thing here. Copy that, get collision, get position, and then I'll render the box for it. And then I'll just comment all that out, and let's run this. Let's remove the printouts, and let's run this. So this calculation is going to be nice, but this isn't really what we want to do. We don't want to render everything around the player. Oh, whoops. What happened? What happened? Help, please. Why did it throw an exception? Because the entity was null, right? Is that it? Let's see. Okay, target entity. Entity null. Okay, so let's just go into game state where we render. Let's go all the way down to render. And we'll see we're going to render the tile map. Okay. And then we're just going to give it this player as the entity. And then we'll run it. And then hopefully we'll have the player right there. New game. What the hell? Abort Okay, vector subscript out of range. So I'm trying to check something from Y to Y. Max size world grid, right? This layer, no, it should be 0 here. Sorry about that. 0. This layer is 0. There you go. Now it should work. Okay. Hopefully. I just want to see, man. Come on, please. 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 Let me see. All right. So, okay. So it's rendering. Not around the player technically. I want to render these 3. So that would mean I have to remove. Okay, and that is rendering those. Am I rendering the 0, 0 right there? All right, but you can see what's going on. So it's only going through, the for loop's only going through whatever I'm telling it to. So I'm just going to say -1, -2 there. Let's try this one more time. It might be +3 here just to make it look nice. But we're going to see. We're going to see. All right, are we getting this shitty thing again? Did I change it in the wrong place? Yep, I did. Okay, sorry about that. 2, 1, 2. Let's try with 3. Let's try with 3. This is what you got to do. You got to kind of play with it and see. Make sure it's all nice. New game. All right, so that looks better, right? That looks better. It's not rendering the last one. That's because I'm giving it the -1 here. So I'm just going to remove the -1 and remove the equal to sign in here as well. And just remove all the -1s. And then run this. One last time. Come on. It's got to work. How much do we have? All right. New game. Hopefully it won't crash here. All right. So now it's rendering the last one. And the top one is automatically kind of culling everything that is needed, right? And this isn't how we're going to render it. We're probably going to render it by the whole window. We're going to look at the view position, view center position, and then we're going to use that in order to only render the tiles required around the player. So let's just make sure that this is cool. You know what? We could actually keep this. We could just say if entity. So if we give it an entity, it's going to render around the entity like that. Else it's going to render just debug render kind of like it did before. Let's do that. Okay. So we just made a little if statement here. There you go. And that's going to be rendering just the way I want it to. All right. Good shit. We're going to have to change this, though, because the way it was nice. -1 + 3. And we're going to remove the -1 here in each of these -1s here. And we're going to remove the equal to sign in this if statement. And then we should have a nice little thing here. I'm just going to copy this, paste it inside the for loop, and uncomment. This looks like crap. I know, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. This looks like shit. Let me just fix that for us. If... Okay. All right. Good shit. No worries. I'm just going to copy this. So that tile. All right. And then we can check get collision. Get collision. I don't know what get collision did. What? So strange. Okay. Okay, all right. Let's go back into tile. tile. This is tile map, right? Tile. Here we go. Oh, wait. I'm so dumb. Okay, get collision. All right. Obviously, that's the type. So we don't need that. What we do need is we need a const SF float rect get global bounds. We could use that, or we could just do const bool intersects. All right, and then a const SF float rect bounds. We just call it bounds, and we'll do const here. So this is gonna check if this intersects with something else, and then we're just gonna save the code in this function here for ourselves. And that is basically not a getter, that is a function, I'd say. So I'm just gonna, yeah, it's under functions. That's fine, doesn't matter. Return this shape dot get global bounds dot intersects bounds, and boom. Okay, so it's just gonna return a boolean if it does or doesn't, and now we can use that in tilemap. So we can just say intersects entity get global bounds, and then we can see if it intersects with the player. And basically we have all this code here. Entity top so we're gonna have to do entity dot get global bounds top, and that's kind of a pain in the butt. Yeah, it's kind of a pain in the butt, but you got to do it. You got to do it. But we'll do that in the next video, I think. I'm just gonna comment that out for now. All I want to do is I want to print out std cout collision just to check if it's actually colliding with anything. Let's run this. Unsigned sign mismatch. Yeah, I hate those warnings. I gotta fix those. So it's, wait, it is colliding all the time. It's very interesting. Okay, yeah, obviously it is because there's a tile there, and obviously and get collision. All right, so now we got a use for that beautiful thing. And okay, so there you go. That looks great. So let's run this before we end the video. Right, yeah, I gotta end it. New game. It's colliding. Oh my god, dude. It's colliding in all these red boxes. Oh my god, we got some kind of collision thing testing going. So that's great. There you go, guys and girls. There you go. I'm gonna remove from game state. I'm gonna remove or I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna say minus 5 plus 8 minus 5 plus 8. All right, I'm just gonna run this, and we are gonna see some beautiful stuff. What we could do is actually tone down the opacity of the other surrounding tiles to make it look cool, make it look like it's not drawing like fog of war type thing. All right, and we could do that. Yeah, that would be awesome, dudes. Damn. All right, so it is colliding in here, and it's only checking the boxes around the player. The next optimization we're gonna do is it's not gonna check any behind the player, only the direction the player is going. If you're still, it's not going to check anything. And if you're moving this way, it's going to check these three here. These three here, these three here, these three here. All right, so it's going to be even more optimized. There you go, guys and girls. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you learned something. Hope you're learning stuff in this series. Very important to do culling, because removing things from calculations that don't need to be there is step one, right, for any kind of optimization. Otherwise, you're going to have a large open world map and you're going to be going through all the tiles, you're checking for all the collisions, and you're just going to have 1 FPS and it's not going to work. So doing this actually, you know, might let you play this on a phone even if you have a huge world, right? Now, SFML might not be the best API for that specifically, but you know what I mean, right? Just the technique itself. And then I recommend you guys checking out quad trees as well. It's very important. I can't really tell you that I know quad trees 100%. I don't. I'm not that good at quad trees, so I'm sorry. I can't teach you that in this series. But I'll try to learn it, and it's a very core technique that is used often, so it might be good to know. But we might try to implement A* in this. It's a pathing algorithm, so check that out. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for listening to me babble on about everything. And yeah, just keep working hard. Take care. I'll see you guys and girls in the next one, all right? Bye-bye.